bones with it. And like the sci-fi stuff was like in 1995, and just recently, like I have stuff out now under a pen name, the sci-fi stuff. Like people, the same shit I was trying to sell 10 or 15 years ago as this black dude from the hood, they wouldn't fuck with, but I sold 3 in one shot recently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like you don't have to limit yourself.
How was that, just to write the sci-fi in general?
It was ill because like you gotta look at it like like I said, I've always been a reader.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first real novel I read was Fear of Flying.
Right.
I read that, and that's like one of those erotic ones. I read that. My cousin was babysitting me, and she gave me a book to shut me up, and I read Fear of Flying.
Right.
So it was at that point where I stopped reading Dr. Seuss and started reading novels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I've always read across the board, and I still do read across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always kind of like freed me up just to pursue different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote them under a pseudonym, but the thing about my sci-fi books is like I write about like witches, vampires, warlocks, werewolves, that kind of stuff. But it's like imagine if you had these same kind of things implemented in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you thought the neighborhood dope boys in your neighborhood dudes was getting all this money was really werewolves, but nobody knew it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're dealing with the adversities of the regular world, but you're also dealing with adversities of the supernatural world, according to which species or subspecies you belong to. So it was something very different that when the major publishing houses finally did look at it, they were like, well shit, you're like 10 years ahead of where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But you gotta think about it. While they saying I'm 10 years ahead of where I'm supposed to be, this stuff is 10 or 15 years old already. You know
right, yeah, I dig it.
So, and it's like to the point where like there's being more emphasis put on me doing the fantasy novels